1, Committee of the Whole, Tuesday, January 31st, 2023 at 6:30 p.m. Is called to order. Mr. Clerk, please call the roll.
Vice President Bear.
Present.
Council Kerry. Present. Council Collins.
Present.
Council Knight. Council Knight is absent. Council Scarpelli. Present. Council Singh.
Present.
President Moore.
Present, 6 present, 1 absent. The meeting is called to order. There will be a meeting of the Medford City Council and Committee of the Whole on Tuesday, January 31st, 2023 at 6:30 p.m. in the Medford City Council chamber on the second floor of Medford City Hall and via Zoom. The purpose of this meeting is to discuss a proposed fee schedule for the Plan Development District proposals, paper 22-581. The committee has invited a representative of the Office of Planning, Development, and Sustainability to attend this meeting. For further information, aids, and accommodations, contact the city clerk at 781-393-2425. Sincerely yours, Nicole Morel, Council President. So the meeting notice says what we're here for tonight, and I'm actually going to throw it to Vice President Bears, who made the motion with a request from the Planning, Development, and Sustainability Office for some suggestions as far as the amount. So I'll throw it to Vice President Bears.
Thank you, Madam President. And thank you to Director Hunt and Director Schrader. We are talking about the fees that would be charged for planned development district proposals pursuant to the zoning code of the city. And we do have a document here shared with us, 2 documents shared with us, pulled together by Director Hunt and Director Schrader. One would be to implement the fee as discussed in our prior committee meeting in December, and the other is regarding Chapter 44, Section 53G of Massachusetts state law regarding some specifics around, I think, adjusting this to match what we need for that. So I will turn it over to Director Hunt or Victor Schrader, whoever would be best capable to kind of share what these documents are, and then we can discuss our next steps on them.
We'll go to, I think, Director Hunt, I saw you. To you, or were you motioning to Victor? Victor, okay, great. We'll go to Victor Schrader.
All right, good evening, everyone. Victor Schrader, Interim Economic Development Director for the City of Medford. Councilor Bears, thank you for summarizing. We did share a proposal for fee structure based on a conversation with council at your previous meeting. Just in summary, the fee structure is as follows: that all plan development applications shall be accompanied by a fee calculated as 5 cents per square foot of floor area above 5,000 square feet of construction, regardless of use. We took a look at fees in neighboring communities, comparable communities, and here locally in Medford. And the fee structure that we discussed and City Council seemed comfortable with at the last meeting is modeled after that which we use for site plan review applications, the Community Development Board. So, it seems to pass the reasonability test, and the purpose of this is to cover fees for review of these applications. And so, given our history here in the community with this fee structure, we thought that this was appropriate, and seemed at the last council meeting that you all did as well. So we just structured it as kind of a cleaned up statement for you to consider and include in as an ordinance amendment.
Thank you, Victor. Any discussion from the council? Any questions? Vice President Bears.
Thank you, Madam President, and thank you, Victor. So yeah, that looks good to me, and I think I'll make a motion later to report that out as report that out to the full meeting. It would end up being it looks like it's set up that it would adjust the appendix of the zoning code, so it would be a zoning change. So that would be one thing. And then I just had a quick question on the document that we got, that it's the Community Development Board's adopting consultant fees under 48 Section 9 and Chapter 44 Section 53G. And just my questions were, I heard, I saw in the email that the idea is that we just need to replace Community Development Board with City Council. But I also wanted to look at a couple specific things in here, just under section 1, if you do have, or, I guess it's section 1 of that rule. It says, when reviewing an application for, when conducting inspections in relation to a request for special permit or site plan approval, or other matter within its jurisdiction, is there a thought that we should be specific and include something about planned development districts within this, or do you think that, and again, maybe it's a legal question, but do you see any need to adjust that language to make sure that everything we may have jurisdiction over is captured?
I'll defer to Director Hunt.
Okay.
Madam President, and Councilor Bears, thank you. We were just reviewing the legal. So at the very top of that, it refers to some state laws that make this possible. So this is basically laws that allow a body to not just hire a consultant. Anybody can hire a consultant anytime they want, but actually to charge the costs of hiring that consultant back to the applicant. And it's a fairly standard activity. I was actually just reviewing it to see if they specifically call out the plan development, or whether, I searched on the word. Zoning ordinances or bylaws may also provide that plan development units shall be a special permit. I was just reviewing that. I think that it wouldn't hurt to include that explicitly, but the idea that it's anything under your body could be used for, seems appropriate. So actually, let me take a quick look at the 53G itself.
Yeah, and while you're looking, if I may, Madam President, I realized after asking the question, other matter within its jurisdiction really should encompass it, but given that we're specifically proposing the change for planned development districts, since that's something we'll be handling, I'd like to just see it added as well to the language.
Through the chair, if I might suggest that in addition to plan developments, adding zoning amendments in general, because there may be a situation where an applicant would like to amend a zoning district, and for example, legal review might be necessary for that. So broadening it even further seems appropriate.
Got it. And then my only other question, I'll leave it actually. I think it's answered by what we just said.
All right. And Madam President, if I might add, one of the things is that this technique is new to the city of Medford. We had to set it up and start creating it. But our finance director was actually quite familiar with this and was actually very surprised that we did not already have many of these accounts. Each time a project comes in front of the body, we get a quote from consultant on what it would cost, or an estimate of how much we think the fees would be. And then we have them give us a check for that amount. It gets deposited into a particular account, a 53G account per that project. And then the invoices for that work get billed directly to the city, and we pay them directly out of that account. It's very clean. And at the end of when the decision is rendered, if there's funds left in the account, they can be very easily returned back to the applicant. Or if the funds run out, it's very easy to see that they're running out and to let the applicant know that things have gotten more expensive. The CD board has been looking at this, and the zoning board is using it for the 40B project.
Okay.
Great, thank you. Does that address your questions,
Yeah.
Representative Bears? Any other questions from the council? Any members of the public who wish to speak on this? Back to you.
Sorry, Madam President.
Director Hunt.
Sorry, I actually just wanted to address something on the other items. So these, to be clear, these are two separate items. One is application fees for plan development districts. In that, the language that I provided is not actually in your zoning code. The entire ordinances of the city of Medford at the very end have an Appendix A, which is a fee structure for everything for the entire city. And so this is inserting this item into the fee structure. So it's not technically in the zoning. Appendix A is separate from the zoning.
Um,
Thank you. Vice President Bears.
On that point, so it would just be treated as a standard amendment to the ordinances versus a zoning amendment?
That would be my understanding. I'm happy to provide the link directly to our zoning code. I dropped it into the chat if President Morrell wanted to, but it's an appendix that is to the entire. I do wonder, Appendix A, that's how I read this, because Appendix B is rules of the city council.
Right. And
Therefore,
section-
Appendix A, and that's not zoning.
And section 9.2 authorizes the creation of a fee for the purpose, so it's already authorized. It's just actually stating what it is somewhere in the ordinances, so.
Okay. Sorry, I just wanted to make sure that was clear. It's very different to amend zoning and not amend zoning.
No, that's incredibly helpful, so thank you.
Still with you.
I have two motions.
Okay.
So motion one would be to report out the language regarding the amendment to Appendix A under the paper number here, which I don't have in front of me.
I think it's the paper number for this meeting,
Yes,
22-581.
great.
I'm going to take them one at a time.
Sure, yeah.
Okay, so we have a motion by Vice President Bears to report out the amended language under paper 22-581. Seconded by Counselor Collins. All those in favor? All those opposed? Motion passes. And your second motion.
My second motion would be to, well, I guess what's easiest at this point, I'll just file a new paper with the rules amendment for
Okay.
this. So no motion, I'll just file
Okay.
that.
Any further discussion or anything else from you, Alicia or Victor, that you'd like to add? Discussion from the council? Seeing none. Do I have on the motion of Counselor Scarpelli to adjourn, seconded by
Second,
Vice President Bears? All those in favor?
aye.
All those opposed? Motion passes. Meeting is adjourned.
Thank you.